Do you see that? All right, Yala knows nada. Guys, I had some stuff planned for last week, and as you can see, we're still like at a place where man, I still wanna just talk to you and try to let you know some of the things going on, man. It'll be good if you've already watched some of the episodes, or if you've been following along on Facebook, you can kind of see some of the stuff I'm doing. Uh, this past week has been Elf on the Shelf. I never saw myself really. I just saw so many people posting about that, like in the past, like in the previous time. So I was like, man, let me. It looks fun. Let me do something too. So I did that. But I came to you because I had some good story times for you. Then, after thinking about the story time that I was going to share with you, I said, man, it might be better for me to share, I guess, a prelude with you to let you know pretty much like how I got to this mindset that I have, man. Because we'll sit, everybody sit back and we all watch these different things happen. And I'm one of the type of people where I take measures and like especially if we already have the past to go by. So it seemed like if people wanted to actually have change, we would do preventative measures to not allow certain things to happen that have already happened. And so even like a lot of things that I've said, I've tried to make sure that I've said it, I've communicated, because like the episode, I want them to drop Sundays at 1. But with some of the things I have going on, there's all this confusion, these different type of lies going on, these different type of things that the only way for me to really, I have to do it when I have to do it, man. I have to try to take time to like be mentally prepared after certain, it's like certain things that have happened. I have to try to be mentally ready to talk to the people who actually show me love. Because if you ever been around people who do the opposite, who their whole thing is, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to get on GTA, um, because that last DLC, the name of it, the name of it. That's why later on I'm this clip and you take it and you put it right there. The name of it though says like a lot about certain things that I've personally been uh feeling. But man, I've been around some people who, you know, they pray and they look at stuff for different. Everything goes to prayer. Everything goes to having the right mindset of praying about things and trying to overcome situations by first having the diligence to discipline, having the right mindset to get past some of these type of things that we as a people, man, on this earth, we all go through. And crazy thing is, in this day and age, um, yeah, man, in this day and age, things are so. It's like even with stuff being documented, it's like, I mean, it's not like you're gonna get certain people to change their behavior. And if this like at this point, I mean, you don't even expect it. You don't even expect it. So now you get to a point to where, like I say, I had a story time plan, but now I'm like, man, let me talk to the people who have actually been showing support. And one of the greatest things that has happened this week, or one of just the good things that happened this week, man, I had a post that's, um, Elf on the Shelf. It's not, I wouldn't say like it's just going viral or something, but it's like people are showing love to it. You know what I'm saying? People clicking on it, people are liking it, people are hitting the heart button on Facebook. You know, if I'm on Facebook, I try to hit everybody with the heart button just to, like, if I'm on there, like, I'm really trying to show my support for whatever I'm looking at, you know. So I pretty much always hit the heart button, which is like, say if you're in a relationship and you hit the heart button, it's like, oh, what you doing liking their stuff? Even if they can see you get money, it's like, even if it's a couple dollars, it's like, man, I don't think anybody just do it because it's supposed to get the most, like, you know, I mean, that just looks better. Somebody showing like, oh, you heart something that, like on YouTube, like if you hit the heart, hey man, that shows you, okay, you really mess with this. You can hit the like button and the heart to show you really rock with something, you know. Even if you don't, just to show support. You don't have to be like, oh man, I'm just I fanned out. Da, da, da. You can hit the like button and you can hit the heart to show me, okay, I see you trying to do something, you're trying to build something, you're building something, you have built something. I just want to show some love. Uh, they show the love, man. Like I said, a lot of different things have been going on. I see certain things maybe in a different way than certain people do. But like if this is the week of December 2024, December 2024. This is the week right before Christmas. So if you're seeing this at a later date. So I'm trying to put this like, okay, if somebody come back and watches this, right? The things that have happened in this week, if you could Google some of the things that happened in this week, these are the things that I was mostly going to talk about today. But now I'm like, man, uh, you get to start to wonder like what really, like what do the people want? Because sometimes people can cry out for help. And I feel like I've been in a situation too where if somebody cries out for help to you, and then you say, okay, I got you, I'm gonna help you out, I'm gonna look out for you. And then they do something like the following week that makes you question, hey, what are you really like? You can't tell me the stuff you told me last week, and now you feel like you don't want to come around me this week or something. Like you were the one kind of like reaching out to me. How are you now trying to make it something else? You reached out to me and told me some things that like maybe made me think you needed my assistance in some areas. And now this week, it's the only thing I can think of is, okay, let's say if you're being coerced or you're being coached into like feel a certain type of way by people around you who are trying to make you feel, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have all the, like I say, this is Yala knows nada. But I'm saying if somebody comes to you for help, then the next week they come to you and they're like, but let's, just showing all the signs like they're in distress. What do you do? How far do you go to try to help that person? Especially if you see like, okay, you're clearly like in you're clearly in a distressed moment to where somebody needs to somebody needs to do something. You can't ah I'm trying to be vague. I'm trying to be vague and kind of around the subject that I'm talking about because certain things have such a serious issue, especially like if somebody, long story short, this is a story time of people they've come to me. I've had, and this is I'm gonna put it all, lump it all in one thing just to make it for the show. But I've had people come to me asking me for help, asking me for assistance, asking me to, hey, I don't, get me out of this situation. I don't like this going on. Can you help me? And then the following week they come back. What was it? A couple weeks. The following week they come back and they say, man, I just nah, it's like they're not even talking about that because the person that they're trying to person that they feel something is right over hovering over them. And man, abusive situations are horrible, man. It's just I don't have no good. I'm trying to make this, but I'm clearly in distress myself. I'm clearly in a position where I'm like, man, something needs to be, man, something needs to happen. I'm like, you know, all of the different things like the F on the shelf, if I could pull that up, right? The F on the shelf, something like, and I went harder this week because, which is weird because the more negativity that was brought to me, the more I try to build up and make other people feel better. This in this like it's been going on, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm like helping people, you know. And I'll even put this in there where I'm like, I'll figure out a way to kind of like try to have everything structured more so you can understand what I'm saying because if you just listen to me and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you probably feel like, man, what is going on? But the story time, I want to be as upfront about stuff as possible. Certain things, though, if you talk about it, like one of the mistakes I made this week was telling somebody who I know is doing wrong. There's proof and evidence and footage and everything of it. I told them how I felt about some of the things that they've done. Now, now it's almost like that was a mistake because now they're doing stuff to try to combat the bad things they've already done. You've already done it, and there's already evidence, proof, footage, and everything that you've already done. Now, anything further is like me getting upset or like feeling like, okay, how do I? Hey, I've already reached out to a lot of people. Anything further, I don't know what I need, like, you know, and I'm not really trying to. I don't want to bring like, man, certain stuff, man. When you see people trying to ruin people's life, guys, all this is gonna make sense real shortly. Seriously, all of it is gonna make sense, but y'all know nada. At least that's why that was a good idea to come up with that because that's what certain people treat me like. They feel like I have no idea what they're doing. They can lie to me. They can do all types of just foul, and then it's like, and then they build this triangle. They try to triangulate people against you to like everybody like all of a sudden has a problem with the things you're doing, and you can't. All you can do is like you can do some regular stuff, and it's like that person would be doing all God, like, dude, we already have evidence of you. I don't know what you might as well keep doing that same thing you're doing. We already have evidence of you doing it. It's like anything further, what are we even waiting on? This is open and shut. Yala knows nada though, man. Yala is in a situation where all I did was come to try to help you guys. And I want to show you some of the elf on the shelf. All I did was come to the internet showing that, hey, I wanted to try to, I'm going to look out for these different people and I'm going to show love. I'm going to try to reach out to different, different people. I'm going to reach out on different things. I am going to, I've been trying to be more consistent with the communication because, you know, you get to a point where feeling like, and that's the thing that I'm saying. That's what I was actually trying to say earlier, where if somebody comes to you and they already are expressing like, hey, help me. Hey, some of these people are doing me wrong. Look, I have evidence. You can see it. You can see it. I have evidence. You can see it. They're doing like, look what they're doing. Like, You can't like, hey, instead of like trying to make it something else, like, can you like, hey, I'm not the only one who's cried out for help. And I'm like, but once you cry for help and nobody comes to your assistance, then you get to the point where, okay, do I have to just put up with it? How much do I have to take? I have to put up with somebody abusing me. How much? How much? Okay, I've expressed concern. I've said, hey, this is what's going on. Like right now, I'm being vague on this video, and I'm actually recording. This is a live. This is a part of the Yala No Nala, which I had different stuff set up, but I'm like, man, but then you're like, hey, I'm not perfect. What am I supposed to like? What am I supposed to? What are you supposed to do? How do you even help anybody in these situations? How do you help people in some of these situations where I know what I've done? Like I know what I'll do to help people. I know I went out my way in situations where I look at other people's situations and they're like, nah, I wouldn't do that. Even if it's for the kids. Some of y'all wouldn't do like you wouldn't go as far as I went to try to help your kids. Like you wouldn't go to the extreme of like, okay, I see you struggling in something. I'm gonna forget what I have going on. I'm gonna make sure you understand enough to pass. Forget what I have going on. I have to put what I like money, financial, everything, whatever to the side to make sure that you're okay. That's a different level of I'm trying to really help you. Hey man. Regardless of whatever. Like so some of these things I've actually come forward and I've said, I've shown, I've done. I've tried to like I've done like a lot of these different things and now we get to a point where every time I'm like ready to talk about certain things, I'm trying to do a story time. Everything is like a it's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? You can see on the internet some of the different things that happen, and people just lie. And people can say any type of thing, and people can do all these different type of things, and it's like, man, uh, how many people we gonna watch just be destroyed out here? How many people are we gonna watch go through some of the same stuff over and over, and then the kids are involved, and everything is just you're a victim of it yourself, man. Then like, oh, you use the word like people actually did you wrong, man. They shouldn't have did you like that when you were a kid. They shouldn't have. Nobody should be telling you to lie as a kid. Nobody should be like forcing, like putting, like neglecting you and putting you in bad situations as a kid. Nobody should be doing some of this stuff. And it's like, man, okay, now where do you like you cry for help, cried out for help, done some of these things, put it out there. Hey guys, need help. Need help. Some of these situations, man, okay, if everything gets turned and there's really no solution and you can see people going like you can see it getting worse and worse and everything and like then getting worse and worse. Okay, so now once we do something different to not do something different now once you do the things that you're supposed to do and everything is in try to get it in order and you now everything is clear for judgment, man. If something happened to me I would just hope, well I know for a fact I've reached out, I've tried my best, I've said, hey guys, um, some of this stuff is affecting everything I have going on, man. It's affecting everything I have going on to be in like the situation where, okay, how can I can't do certain stuff by myself, man. So as I end this, I want to reach out to everybody who is, guys, I'll be upfront with you. Like this was the kind of situation where I was kind of like trying to be vague but I was actually I'm so in trying to keep you following along just today to where I'm trying to like let you see, hey man, without saying and jeopardizing anybody's well-being, like because people are like my well-being and other people's well-being are at stake if I just tell the truth because that's why I'm in this situation today where I've told somebody this week that they're wrong for exposing kids to the thing they've exposed them to and they're wrong for doing the thing that they've done. Now we can see certain situations where you get caught up and y'all mad at this person for you can see like there are different videos, man, where people are being vigilant and going after people purposely doing things to kids that are wrong. Okay? So I'm saying and I've said that before, or where I'm thinking like maybe I'm just trying to like God is telling me to help. God ain't telling me to do some of the things that I see y'all doing. God is not telling me to do the things that I see some people doing. And I say, y'all is such a vague thing. I mean, like, there are specific people and that we can all pinpoint who, like, hey, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've already done enough and you've already committed the wrongs that you've already committed. So now trying to do whatever you're trying to do now and get and you're doing more things to the kids, like, man, that stuff is wrong, man. All I can do though is say I came before the people to hopefully say, and I wish I had, but even without a sponsor, I'll say, man, reach out to counselors, reach out to different people who can help because, but then mean what you say. Because once you say certain things are happening, you can't go back and then now you're in a situation like, what do I believe? Like I know you wasn't lying then. I know you weren't lying because you came to me about it, and so you express your concern, you express these different things going on, and all I can say is I probably already said too much, man. So just even with being vague, I was trying to like be vague but let you know like, hey, anybody, if I'm in a bad situation, if kids are in a bad situation, if people are in a bad situation, Yala knows nada. So who do you reach out to? Where do you go? We got to end this with some questions. Where do you go? Who do you reach out to? How do you go about it trying to get the help that you need when you are saying it to the world that you need help and you need people to do something because you feel like you can't do enough, or even if you feel like you can do certain things, you want the right information. I know me personally, I want the right information. I want like, hey, let me know exactly what I need to do. Um, if you're in a situation where you want to get out of certain situations, what exactly can you do to get out of these situations to have some type of peace in your life to where you don't have to deal with things that people should not have to deal with, or any type of abusive situations or environments that are not conducive to your well-being, any type of environment that has things that, come on, man, we are like, any type of environment that has things that are illegal, or anything that is, man, like I say, the questions, we got the questions. If you got the answers, let us know some answers, man. You got the questions, and I have questions, and the people who follow have questions. Now, who has the answers? That's what we'll get. Who has some of the answers? Who has the thing that we need to do to actually get in a better situation, man? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure that you follow along and stay tuned in, man. We're gonna keep going up. Holler at me on Facebook. Facebook was turned up this week. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas. All that, man.